Hello everyone, Vicki Achard here with Nature's Best Art. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to be drawing and I'm going to be painting a baby portrait for someone. And I'm in my sketchbook right now. What I'm doing is actually, this is a picture from Pixabay, and it's not the one I'm going to be doing for someone. I don't think they wanted it shown, in the video. So I'm going to be practicing actually the colors that I'm going to be using on the face, actually. And so I'm using burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, yellow ochre, permanent alizarin crimson, quinacridone rose, ultramarine blue, and burnt umber. And for the purple, I'm going to be using ultramarine blue and permanent alizarin crimson. These are going to be like for shadows. And then maybe I'll be putting a little bit of a deep orange. And those are burnt sienna and permanent alizarin crimson. And so I'm going to get started because I'm really, it's been a while, like I said, and it's the permanent alizarin crimson or the quinacridone rose is what I want to use for the portrait that I'm going to paint. This baby didn't have as pink as cheeks as the one I'm going to paint, but I think I'm going to probably end up using the quinacridone rose for the one I'm going to actually paint. And for this one on Pixabay, this baby had this color here. But I just wanted to test out my colors before I do, and show you actually, before I paint the portrait that I'm going to paint for this person, okay? So let's get started. And you want to probably zero in a bit, because I actually had I drew it and then I traced it with my tracing paper. And I probably should show you that, what I use to put it. This is, like I say, on my sketchbook, and it's Strathmore 400 series. Okay, so there's all water on there. I can show you while we're waiting a little bit for that to dry. We don't want it to dry too much. But what I paint my watercolor baby portraits on is this Arches hot press paper, which is 140 pounds. 140 pounds, and it's very smooth. So you may remember I use a lot of cold press, which has rough edges, for my landscaping, my flowers, my glass, so many different things. But I love to use this hot press for the baby portraits. And then let's see, let me show you here. I've showed you many times before what I actually, I draw my paper, my portrait on a piece of paper, which is over here, which is over here. This is just any kind of paper. And then I put my portrait down here, and I use Royal and Landnecker graphite paper. I've probably told you that several times because I really love it. I think it's really good. So let's get this a little bit more wet just to make sure it's wet enough for us to start. Okay. What I want to do is I want to pick up probably some yellow ochre right at first. I'm going to spritz all my colors in my palette. So it's been about 10 minutes. It takes me about 10 minutes to set up the video and such. And I want it really, really light. We're not going to be fussy as to where this goes. We're actually going to start painting in the whole face. Okay. Now I'm also going to put in some of this on this baby permanent alizarin crimson, which is this one right here for the cheeks. And then some right here, I see. This baby, and down in here. Okay. Now we're going to keep going because we don't want any hard edges on the baby. And let's see, here I want to, by the ear, I can do that. This is the neck part here. So a little bit of the, there we go. Down there, okay. And this, I think I'm going to pick up some burnt sienna right down in here. It's pretty dark in here. I'm going to get this wet too, since I'm going to be showing you a little bit of this. Okay. Now there's, you know, a really cute little pink top, but we're not going to get into that today. Just mainly concerned with the face here. There's a little burnt sienna on the nose, below the nose here. And right here, I'm using my number 12 for this, which is working out well. Noses are, I think, my most, let's see, I'm going to put a little burnt umber down there. Well, maybe I'll stick with my burnt sienna, because burnt umber is really, really, really dark. And we don't want to get too dark on this baby. A little too much water, so just take some out. There is a shadow there. I'm going to put a little bit of a, let's see, the shadows would be ultramarine blue and permanent alizarin crimson, which is a little bit purple. Makes it a little bit purple. Let's see now, it's still wet, that's good, that's what we want. So down here, see, it's almost like a gray now. It's like a shadow here. Okay. This is coming up on the, a little bit too wet there. Okay. Let's add some more of the permanent alizarin crimson here. And here, see, it dries light, so all right. Now right here, there should be a little bit of yellow ochre. All right, right here by this part here. Okay, we're not going to get into any details right now. Well, permanent alizarin crimson here, and with a little bit of a shadow. So I'm going to go with a gray shadow right there, which is ultramarine blue and burnt umber. So this is going to be a little bit of a shadow here. Okay. Got that a little red because I had the permanent alizarin crimson in there. Okay. Now it's too white here, so let's make this a little bit yellow all around this area here. The purple shadows are okay, you know. All right. So let's concentrate on this ear. We didn't get into the ear. It's a little red, I think. Just a little bit. And then it's pretty dark in the inside here. Okay, and let's see. How's it doing? Okay, want this a little bit more of a gray. Just for the shadow here. All right. I think we got enough water right here. We're gonna start working a little bit on the details. Baby's cheeks are so pink sometimes. This one's pretty pink, but oh my, the one I'm gonna, you know, actually paint, oh my, it's really, really pink. But I do like that permanent alizarin crimson for this baby. The other baby is like, it's like this Quedachinum rose there. Can you see that? Here, I'll put that down. But this baby has permanent alizarin crimson cheeks. So there's that. There it is so far. We're moving along. All right, now let's get some details in here, which means I have to change brushes. That was my number 12, actually. So I think I changed into my number 2, because this is very small. So let's start putting the eyes here. This is quite dark here. Let me see if this is too much water. We'll see. A little bit. I'm going to dry this as I'm going to be putting the details in. You don't want it too wet. It'll. There we go. All right, now. So I've made about 8 portraits. Painted about 8 portraits, and I just really, really love doing it. I think it's very, very special to paint a portrait of a baby. A lot of times what I've done is, you know, painted right when they're newborn, right when, you know, they're newborn. And then sometimes I have painted them, the babies, when they bring the baby home, which is real special too. You know, let's see, how many babies? 3 babies or 2 babies were in their car seat still. And so, you know, when you look at it 10 to 12 years later, you'll remember what the car seat looked like. You'll remember what is really special is what you'll remember is what the baby wore when he came home. Wouldn't that be special? Oh my goodness. I remember when my babies came home. I'm going to make this brown, this part here. This is kind of brown here. And, oh, that's so special to remember that. And I did not paint at that time, so I don't have that. But just think how special that would be. And then, all right, so now let's do this nose here, which is quite dark right here. Might even put a little black in there. Let's see here. This kind of goes up like this. Like that. And there's a little, right there, a little bit of a shadow there. And then along here is a shadow. This kind of curves around here. It's actually blacker. Make that darker. I want to get that brown in first because I do see brown. Okay. Black here. And when I say black, I mean what I mixed is ultramarine blue and burnt umber, which makes, you know, it depends on how much water you have on your brush. It could make a gray. This is quite dark right here. Okay, and this black line here. It's a little bit too dark. I'm putting some more water on it to make it gray. Okay, and then this is quite dark also. Under the nose here, because it's like a shadow. And like that. This kind of goes around like that. Okay. All right, and then there's a little bit of a shadow underneath his nose, or her nose rather. Okay, right here. Okay, now let's get into the lips, which are, I'm going to make them that permanent alizarin crimson again. And I can always take some of the, I'm going to add some water to this. Let's see. I'm going to spritz my paint. We don't want to make it really, really red, but it is red. The top looks really red to me. So let's see. And these little lips go up there like that. Now the Strathmore paper that I'm working on is also very, very, there's, you know, very mild roughness to it. So not a lot of roughness at all. Now the bottom part is a little less red. So let me see if I can just put this on, but I want to make this, I've made it a little too thin, I think. I think it's a little thicker of a, I probably should have used my my eraser to get some of this out, but let's see. So it might get a little redder than we want, but that's okay. Looks like the baby's smiling, doesn't it? Oh, sweet baby. Sweet, sweet baby. Gotta get my line out of there. Okay, so that's the bottom part of the lip. I'm gonna wait till this dries to do this part because this part's darker. All right, now let's use my number 6 and paint some shadows. Let's see, right here is a big shadow right here under the lip. I'm gonna turn my paper a little bit because I see that it goes like this. And there's that shadow there. There's a shadow here. And there's a little bit something there. Let's see, it looks more brown. I'm gonna go with a smaller brush again. And let's see, a little burnt sienna up here. The eye is not open, but it just looks like it has a little something there, you know, for when the eye does open. And then darker lashes, but I'm going to wait to put that. And also, It's very dark here. This is like really the darkest part of the baby because there's like a little shadow there. So let's see. Yeah, really, I'm going to even make that darker. But let's go back to the lip and see, maybe with my liner brush, put that lip in. Okay, the lip is dark, so I'm going to take my ultramarine blue and burnt umber, because I want it's like a gray, makes a gray. Okay, now let's see. Here's the slip here. It kind of goes down. I think I'm going to make it go down and come here. And make it go down here. Got that a little, maybe too much right there. I'm going to use a Kleenex to get that out. Just a little too much. And blot it with water. That gets it out. So that's their part. Okay, now I'm going to get the shadow part of this lip here. Okay, that's not quite dry. I'm going to wait for that. Okay, now this part here, just a little bit more pronounced, and I'm going to wait for that shadow to dry a little bit more. What else can we do to this baby here? Now, this is pretty dark here. So when I do my portrait, I realize that I have to use my this eraser here. So I'm going to draw it on paper. Actually, I already have. I've already drawn it. And then I got to draw it on my, or I got to put that graphite paper down. And, but before I paint it, I could use this eraser. And it's called a kneaded eraser, what it's called. You bunch it up and you press it down. And it would have got rid of this, which is too dark. I wanted to make this, you know, quite dark for you guys to see, but what I should have done is erased it a little bit with my graphite, with my kneaded eraser. All right, so let's do this detail here a little bit. Let's use our number of the ear. Let's make this a little darker. Let's use our shadow color, which is ultramarine blue and burnt umber. This is dark in the ear here. Okay, right here it's dark. Now I'm going to go along here, put this right here, but looks like it's a little bit more brown, so I'm going to go in with my burnt sienna, which is right in here. And this is the face here. Okay. And it's a little bit darker like here. So I'm going to fill all this in. Actually, this ear is kind of dark. I'm going to fill that in. And then there's that shadow there. Just a little darker here. And I'm going to come in with the burnt sienna. And it's really dark in here because this is like a shadow too of this portrait here. All down in there. And then I'm going to take my number 6 and make this all darker in here. Oh, too much. I want more brown. Okay, that's better. And now, like I say, there's a real pretty pink outfit here, but I'm not going to do that because we're just concentrating on the face today. Okay? I went a little over here, but I can fix that. All right, now, let's see here. A little bit of a highlight on the nose, so we're going to make this a little brown here. I'm going to go in with my water again, actually. I don't want too many hard lines on this baby. Okay. All right. Now let's make this a little bit yellower here. Okay, so still put a little bit more color. Okay. All right, now, okay. I'm just gonna paint this just this hat a little bit for you. Let me see if I can get a little of this out because the shadow went up here. So this is just water right here. Okay. And what this hat is, looks like there's a little bit of pink in here, not much at all. Now, like I say, I don't know if you remember me saying, or maybe I didn't say, I can't but I got this picture on Pixabay. I'm just going to bring this down because it looks so strange right now, but trust me, it's very cute with the, and then I could put like their shadow here, but I'm not going to work with that today. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of pink, and I think I'm going to go with the Quercetinum Rose. This is Permanent Alizarin Crimson, the cheeks, just because I think it's just very, very faint. See, yeah, I put water in there. Okay, just very, very faint. Just to kind of finish it off for you. And I'm not going to go into detail with the lines here on the neck. I basically feel it's finished, except for the lips. I think maybe I'll work on the lips a little bit. There we go. All right, now let's work on these lips. I wasn't able to get my line in here because it wasn't dry. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my ultramarine blue and burnt umber because the lips are very, very defined here. I don't have enough water on my brush. So I like the way this goes here, like this. There we go. I got into some water there, so I'm going to take some off. And then the top of the lip, it's like this. There we go. Okay, that's probably good for now, because when I do my portrait, I'm going to be careful. I got a little bit too purple here. I wanted to add a little bit of shadow. And then what I would do if I was going to continue this in my portrait, I would define these lines one more time. And then there's a little bit of detail on, you know, this hat, which I would do. And it's really cute. It has little black dots. It's really cute. But I thought that turned out pretty good. What do you think? And I'm really, really excited to do this next portrait for you know, this person that I'm going to do it for. And I wish I could show you me painting the portrait, but I know this person would probably rather not have that. So I wanted to show you, though, the colors that you can use for portraits, and actually they're actually for adult portraits too. But the main ones I was wanting to figure out was what I was going to use for my portrait that I'm going to paint, actually, and it's going to be the quinacridone rose for the cheeks. So anyway, I'm excited about this. These are really cute. This is a really cute hat. Let me see if I can... Put the dots in. It really makes a big difference. Let me see if I can do this. Now, if I was to really paint this, I would have to go, let's see, yeah, around a little bit. But the dots, they go this way. On the hat. You know, you can make this so adorable. And then, you know, like I say, it has a really cute top to it. To the blankets when you do your portraits. And then, you know, I would mess around, like, you know, with this type of thing and make this. There's a shadow here. I would be painting the shadow. I absolutely love painting baby portraits. It's just one of my things I've always loved to do. And then my husband, what he does is he you know, he mats and frames them. And they're just incredibly beautiful. And just a wonderful keepsake. For years to come, you know. Just incredible. The one I'm going to paint is and this has a word to it here. I don't know what that word is particularly. I'm not familiar with it, but I would fill that in. I'd make that maybe, you know, a little. I put shadows here. Just love doing that. And but the one I'm going to paint, the baby's has a little nook. You know, those little pacifiers. Oh, I'm just so excited to do it. And the other one, you know, this baby that I'm going to paint has also one of those really huge big bows. Can't wait to paint it. Now, see, what I would do, actually, I would probably make this a little darker here, the shadow. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you join me for my watercolor paintings that I just love to do. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video and share it with all your friends. Until next time, happy creating!